So this is the Association of Computing Machineries Conference, the Special Interest Group on Computer Science Education. This is our 6th year attending SIGCSE, and we're out here in full effect. We have 13 GitHubbers and over 15 sessions, so it's a huge event. We love being here. It's my favorite event of the year.
So, now that we have a GitHub account,
GitHub's here, first of all, debuting our new teacher training series called Campus Advisors, which is modeled after the student program that I'm in, Campus Experts, to basically give people the training, the tools, and the support that they need to bring the industry standard GitHub tools into the classroom experience.
The big thing about GitHub is GitHub primarily services industry. They serve software engineering, software developers in industry. And GitHub's goal at showing up at Computer Science Education Conference is to bridge the gap between education and industry so that if students encounter GitHub as students, when they go out and get jobs, they'll find themselves in an environment that they'll at least have experienced earlier as students.
So as students, being able to use GitHub to host our repositories remotely, we're able to, one, back up our data in projects that are stored the same way that programmers in the field would store them. Two, we're able to display our side projects and things that we've accomplished as almost like a CV for software development, so that when a company asks, what can you do? What are your skills? Instead of pointing to a column on a resume, I can show them a complete portfolio of things that I've accomplished and what I've been able to put together as a student.
In the next few years, I think that we'll see a huge sea change towards portfolio-based assessments. So being able to share what you've learned and more connections with industry so that students are prepared to shine on software teams. You'll see that this student's from New Jersey, this student is from Canada. There's no way you would know that, but this student's from the UK. And so they are able to connect with each other and share their solutions for their common pain points.
The stereotype of a computer scientist or a programmer being somebody alone in their basement, hidden away from society, nothing could be farther from reality. The most successful computer scientists are those who have social soft skills, communication skills, who are able to work with each other. And the sooner that students are exposed to that environment, in fact, the sooner that students are reassured that the environment is like that, allows the discipline to be more inclusive. It brings more students in that might have originally been turned off by the stereotype. And GitHub has just helped enhance the correction of that stereotype so that people really see software development is a social and collaborative endeavor.
People can be farmers collecting data about their things out in the wild. They can be using environmental sensors to be collecting that data and doing interesting things with it to help their work processes. You could be scientists in a lab doing things for space, or you could be musicians like I am, working on products for people who don't have access to music and could use technology to leverage that. So yeah, I would say that it is one of those things that's like tied to the industry. People see a developer or a programmer and they think of this stereotype, but actually it's very different out there in the landscape.
Computer science education is like this big family, right? So for the ACM, we're all on the same listserv, all 1,500 of us, and so we're communicating with each other throughout the year, and this is the one chance that everyone has to get together and talk about what their classroom practice is, where they're having trouble, what new tools they're using, what languages and frameworks they're using, and really talking about where they want to take their classrooms and how students are different today. As an engineer, as a software developer, you're almost never working alone. You're usually working on code someone else built, a framework someone else built. You're debugging. You have to learn how to remix and reuse what people have made before you. So making that entire ecosystem better requires good communication and documentation of your code, and that's something that we really hope to enable through our teacher training and our outreach programs.